The Ghost of Tsushima is another instant classic PlayStation exclusive done by the developers over at Sucker Punch. And this is going to be the 4th platinum on my channel, and according to PSN profiles, it's going to be a relatively easy platinum to obtain. You're only going to need one playthrough with about 55 hours to complete, coming in at 52 trophies for the base game. This game is set on the island of Tsushima in the year 1274. The Mongols have decided to invade the island, and the only ones to stop them are the samurai. Off the bat, the Mongols show they have one distinct advantage over the samurai, and that's the samurai's code of honor, as the Mongols will do anything they need to win. You are introduced to the main character of the game, Jin Sakai, and his uncle Lord Shimura, who leads the samurai on this island. This fight does not go well for this duo as well as the rest of the samurai. Lord Shimura gets captured and Jin is left for dead while you meet who is leading this invasion. No big deal, just the grandson of one of the most dangerous people of all time. Jin is saved by a woman named Yuna, but she has soldier gear for food, and now we need to get it back. Jin finds his sword, and with the smooth transition, we are young Jin Sakai. It is a flashback with him training with his uncle Lord Shimura that served as a tutorial for the combat. I don't know if there's a better game out there when it comes to sword combat. Jin has his armor, his new horse, and his katana. That gets me my first trophy. Jin is a little overconfident with the sword though, as him and Yuna head to Castle Kaneda to rescue Lord Shimura, just the two of them. Khotun is the first boss fight of the game, and very quickly Jin finds out there's levels to this. Jin loses but takes a cut at Khotun. This ends the prologue and opens up the world to Jin Sakai to start the journey of rescuing his uncle and defeating the Mongols. The first place I head to is the Golden Temple, one of several hubs in Tsushima where Jin can upgrade his gear, collect gifts for the ghosts, and speak to locals. Talking to people is important because they reveal locations for side missions, which is super helpful for the Helping Sword Hand trophy later on. My first goal was to get through the story as fast as possible, and we started with helping Yuna rescue her brother Taka from a Mongol camp. Making his way through the camp doing his best Ezio impression, Jin comes across the first collectible, a Mongol record. You're only going to need to collect 20 of these records for the Avid Reader trophy. Jin takes care of the Mongols, and after a prisoner lets us know Taka is in Azamo Bay, we get our second trophy. On my way to Azamo Bay, I stumble across my first Inari shrine, and those help us increase our charm slots. Then we face off with our first Mongol leader. Defeating leaders helps you unlock new sword stances, and each new stance is effective against a different enemy type. Shortly after that, I'm able to upgrade my katana for the first time, which is super important because we need to fully upgrade the katana for a trophy later on. And then we start discovering the hot springs, which increases our health, and we hit some bamboo strikes to increase our resolve. Resolve is pretty much responsible for everything cool Jin does in combat. Taka is saved, and I have my third trophy. After saving Taka, Jin is still on the hunt for allies and recruits Sensei Shikawa, who conveniently missed Komada by the way. Lady Misako and a childhood friend turned leader of the Straw Hat Ronin after the Mongols invaded. This guy really can't get over the L he took to Jin back in the day. Helping out the Straw Hats, I staggered my 50th enemy, which unlocked the Open for Business trophy. Jin lights the lighthouse, beats another leader, and finds out Ryuzo can't handle a little 1v1.
Oh, my bad, dude. I had no idea you were still fighting. You didn't even say anything. My fault. You're just over here struggling. Where the hell did he go?
Completing this mission, you recruit Ryuzo and his Straw Hats, as well as getting this trophy. While I was enjoying the view, I decided this was a prime spot to capture a little thumbnail, and using photo mode, I popped a forgotten trophy.
Impressive. Very nice.
The time has come to attack the castle, and everyone is accounted for except for Ryuzo and his Straw Hats. But it doesn't take long to find out why. The Khan has put a bounty on the ghost, and Ryuzo could not pass up the opportunity, although he probably should have. This fight ends quickly, and Jin shows mercy and even offers a second chance for Ryuzo, but Ryuzo runs. While the Khan did escape, we did take back the castle, rescued Lord Shimura, and I popped another trophy. See, we're getting mostly W's here. The Khan arrives at Castle Shimura, and Chapter 2 begins.
No. Trying to get the supplies.
First thing I wanted to accomplish in Chapter 2 was recover the Sakai armor that's pretty deep into the second area. So I started with a possible new ally by the name of Norio. I knock out his first tale where you learn a little bit about Norio and his quest for revenge. I will come back to Norio in the endgame though. Jin finally sets off to go get his armor, and I'm able to knock out some miscellaneous tasks for trophies later on, like shrines, the Black Dye Merchant, and learn my third stance with only one more to go. Jin finally reaches home and reunites with Yuriko, his family's caretaker who has hidden in the armor but returns it to him. I was able to recover the armor, and after doing a mission with Yuriko, I was able to get the birthright trophy. At this point, I'm making my way through Act 2 very quickly, which leads to a couple story trophies for helping out Yarikawa and finding a Mugi Cove. Jin has been made aware of the location of that traitor Ryuzo, and he heads off into a very obvious trap, but to his surprise, he's actually not alone. Taka is supposed to be with Yuna getting ready to leave for the mainland, but apparently he thought he could be some use as a distraction. Why couldn't you just leave, Taka? Jin falls for the trap and gets caught, and of course, who is there with him? The Khan offers Taka a choice, and he goes down swinging. Jin is all of us right now, brother. Jin gets his gear back and makes light work of the remaining Mongols, and I get my next trophy. Lord Shimura is ready to take the castle. This mission is really the catalyst for the start of the divide between Jin and his uncle, as Lord Shimura sees what Jin has become in his quest to save Tsushima. A cool little detail is you get credit for the leader you take care of during the cutscene, and I'm that much close to another trophy. Lord Shimura walks his men right into a trap set by the Khan, and Jin starts to go his own way. Before Jin sets off, he shares a moment with Yuna, and she gives Jin the ghost armor Taka had made for us. It gives me my 30th piece of gear, and I get another trophy. Jin poisons the Mongols and discovers the Khan is gone, but Ryuzo is waiting. This was by far the hardest fight in the game for me until it wasn't. Dude. Ow! The snake Ryuzo is dead, but the Khan has moved farther north and the search continues. How does Lord Shimura thank us? By having us arrested as Jin fully embraces his new identity.
I am not your son. I am the ghost.
And I get another trophy. Of all the people I would think could break Jin out of jail, Kenji be at the very bottom of the list, but maybe that's why it worked. This brings us into the third and final act of the game. First order of business was to take Jogaku Temple as a base of operations in the north. I knock out a few trophies quickly, and we find our first sword kit. You can find all kinds of different sword kits across Tsushima. During a standoff, I actually take out another leader. Jin is getting ridiculously OP, by the way. That leader was the last one I needed to unlock the last sword stance, and we got another trophy. Before I get to Port Izumi, where the Khan has his fleet, I'm able to knock out a combat trophy for getting 20 perfect parries, and reuniting with my allies unlocks another trophy. Trying to sneak into the port, I decided to see what would happen if I ran somebody off the cliff. I really had no idea I would get the trophy for this.
Oh, that was the actual trophy. I didn't even know that.
Kill an enemy with fall damage by knocking them off a ledge. I just want to see what would happen, and we got a trophy. There's a storm coming, and his name is Jin Sakai. Just kidding, but not really. A storm is keeping the Khan and his ships in the port, which is going to give Jin and his allies the time needed to strike. Against common sense, Jin wants to let his uncle know where and when he'll be attacking the Khan. The only problem is, Jin has to sneak into his castle and leave him a note.
Be careful, Ghost. The samurai are watching for you.
Thank you, random fisherman. I definitely thought there was a chance we were going to get caught here, but Jin is able to leave the letter letting his uncle know about his plan to attack the Khan and heads back to the port. Absolute chaos is happening, and I accidentally get a trophy because I missed my shot. What is that? Shoot a terrified enemy with an arrow while they are fleeing. We're going to have to rewind the tape on that one. Is it the one on the ground right there? Is that the one I hit? I don't even know. All paths lead to the Khan, and remember when I said Ryuzo was my hardest fight? The Khan absolutely wrecks me over and over. It got to the point so the game was telling me to come back later and try again. I took the game's advice. Jin is clearly overmatched. I need to figure out how to get stronger. I needed silk to upgrade my armor, and the only place I believe you can get silk is through Lady Masako's tail. Before that though, I decided to go and learn a legendary ability, the Heavenly Strike. There are 6 mythic tails where you can either learn an awesome ability or go get some gear. The mythic tails usually end up in a duel. Jin returns to the Golden Temple on the way to another Masako tail, and I unexpectedly get another trophy. Needing about 200 supplies to upgrade the Sakai armor, I am liberating areas all across the map. And I just happened to use the ghost dance on this one, and another trophy popped. Now this game is extremely easy to navigate and to find what you need, as you can track all of it. But it is cool that you can liberate an area and fog lifts off the map piece by piece. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but to make up the difference, I needed supplies and sold some bamboo and got enough supplies to upgrade my armor. Now I may have used a guide to find out where I can find the ability to light Jin's sword on fire, because why wouldn't I want that to fight the Khan? It didn't really take me long, and it wasn't far from where I was, but I did find it and listen to the tale. Jin needs to climb the mountain while going from campfire to stay warm. At the top of the mountain you find a dojo, and someone is waiting inside. His name is Bedamaru, and he looks to teach us the way of the flame. This is another mythic tale that ends in a duel. It's getting a little bit repetitive that way, but you don't have to beat Bedamaru here. You have to fight him long enough where Jin can learn how to light a sword on fire, and he can do some damage, and then it stops. I think I'm ready to fight the Khan again. The first attempt does not go well, but I actually start doing some damage to him, but the second attempt ends the same. The third ends quickly, but the fourth. Oh, did we do it? Did we do it? Finally, we're able to beat the Khan, but the man's a sore loser. Now he takes off and Jin chases him down to a ship, where the big bad Khan now needs an army to back him up to take on the Ghost. I like the first fight though. You now fight the Khan like you're fighting any other enemy, which also means no health bar. Phase 1 is done and actually turns out to be only a 2-phase fight. Also, let's talk about how Jin is just a cold MFer.
We will be remembered forever. No, you will be forgotten.
The Khan has been defeated and only what's left of his Mongol army remains. After you defeat the Khan, you're able to get another trophy. Apparently my trophy tier is starter 2. Drop a comment and let me know what tier you're in. I didn't even know this was a thing. This is not the end of the story though, as Jin still needs to deal with the fallout of disobeying and dishonoring his uncle Lord Shimura. I do wish you could have had a few more choices like this during the rest of the story. Not a lot, but just a couple, because I like giving the player the ability to change the outcome at the end. The Sakai name has been stripped of its samurai titles, and the Shogun has taken Jin's land for his choices made while fighting the Mongols. And the punishment for Lord Shimura for letting it happen is he has to take the life of his nephew. You learn why Lord Shimura was in charge. He is very fast and that guy will jack you up. I imagine this fight on lethal is no joke, but thankfully, that's not what I'm playing on. It did take me a few times just to get his moveset down, but I'm able to take him down, and we're able to make the choice I was talking to about earlier, either let him live or honor his last wish. Jin honors his last wish and grants him death, and we roll credits on this amazing game and pick up another trophy. This game's story was beautiful from start to finish, and not many games are 10 out of 10, but the Ghost of Tsushima is. That was the fun part. Now comes the grind. I thought the best place to start would be to complete each section starting at Izuhara and work my way through Toyotama and finish with Komagata. There are a number of areas to liberate along Tsushima where you need to take out Mongols and usually free some hostages or just blow some shit up. The first trophy of the endgame comes in as Jin takes out Mongol after Mongol, hitting the max standoff streak. I do believe you need to be wearing the Sakai armor to achieve this trophy though. Man, let's just take a second and appreciate this game. This is a top 3 open world, and brother, it ain't 3. I'm able to do enough of the fox dance to unlock all 6 charm slots, and when you equip the 6th one, a trophy will pop. Before I knew it, I had liberated 12 areas in Izuhara, which popped another trophy, and not long after that, I was able to liberate the entire Izuhara section. But before moving on to Toyotama, we continue Masako's tale. We find the white dye merchant. As long as you purchase something from the black dye merchant, a trophy should pop as soon as you buy something from the white dye merchant. Then there is this POS. This guy is the worst character in the game. Jin is asked by Ishikawa to help find his ex-student Tomoe who betrayed him, and honestly, I don't blame her. We complete 4 of his tales and move on to Toyotama. Starting off this area with another mythic tale where we get the Gosaku armor set. To complete this one, you need to make sure you liberate enough farmsteads to get all 6 keys. The Sakai armor is my favorite, but I'm not gonna lie, that Gosaku armor goes pretty hard. Quickly working through Toyotama, I'm popping trophies left and right. Yuna's tale is complete. I also unlock all ghost throwables. While Toyotama is liberated, we are truly in the end game now. Apparently accidentally I ran into a freaking shaman like in Diablo hyping his boys up. This turns out to be the Iki Island intro. I still haven't touched this DLC, and if you want to see me play it, let's get 50 likes on this video and comment and let me know if you want me to stream it or if I should just do another video on it. I'm gonna be real here. Masako's storyline had an all-time plot twist. Oh look, another mythic tale ending in a duel. At least this one ends in a trophy. The amazing thing about the collectible grind in this game is you only need a fraction of them. Oh, what's this? Hold on, wait. Collect 20 Mongol artifacts. Did I get one from killing that guy? I really wish I would have gotten the hallucination darts earlier in this game. They are a really fun weapon to use. Who wants the shield, spear? Do the spear guy, hallucination dart. He's gonna throw down for us. He doesn't set himself on fire first. Then we'll just toss down a black powder bomb once they kill him. After completing this farmstead, we officially become the Ghost. Even though I thought there were like 6 other times we became the Ghost, but whatever. Jin has become so powerful, I'm flying through Komagata. Finally completed every duel and fully liberated the island of Tsushima all at the same time. Trophies are starting to fly in, brother. Cosplaying as a PlayStation Legacy franchise character, you'll actually unlock another trophy. Dirge of the Fallen Forge. Let's go. We're playing a flute song, Lament of the Storm, at our boy, R.I.P. Taka. Now it was time to do the last collectible trophy and get 20 records. I put on the Traveler's Attire. This helps you get a guiding wind and you get a vibration as you get closer to the artifacts. I only had 8 before, so I need 11 more. This took me maybe a little more than 30 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. Here it is, chat. Ooh, alright, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. That should give us another trophy. I think it brings us down to 11 left, right? Bang, the Avid Reader. 20 of 40 records. I actually found 7 of the signposts just while playing my regular playthrough, so I only needed a guide to help me find 3 for this trophy. I wanted to complete all the side activities before we finish up the tales for the platinum. Jin rekindles all the lighthouses, finds all the shrines, but to get the body, mind, and spirit trophy, you need to complete all the Inari shrines, the bamboo strikes, make some haikus, and soak in all the hot springs. But then I realized I was a hot spring short and could not figure out why until I realized I missed this one. Everything is done besides the tales and a few remaining side quests. The first story we knocked out was Lady Masako, who was still looking to avenge her family. And this thing was all set up by her sister and was over by some dude picking Masako over her when they were kids. That pettiness is next level. Norio is next, and he is plotting to take back Cedar Temple. Warrior monks assemble! The reason I thought the Norio tale was the best because you go through the whole thing getting revenge for his brother, and it turns out his brother is actually alive. I guess if you can call that living, but Norio does the brotherly thing and puts him out of his misery. Last and for sure least, I need to finish Ishikawa's story. I was oblivious to the fact that this was Tomoe, but Jin knew the whole time, I think. The Mongols betrayed her and she asked for help from Jin and Ishikawa to fight them, but she uses both of them to make her escape to the mainland, and honestly I'm okay with it. I honestly thought I was going to get the platinum here, but apparently I was missing something because the platinum didn't pop. I now have to go through each mission and figure out which one I didn't do. After probably 30 minutes of checking and trying to figure out which mission I missed, I think I finally found it. Thinking about this now, I wonder if I could have went back to one of the temples and just asked a villager and they would have gave me some insight onto maybe where this mission was. I finally found this last side mission, and it's about a family who's been poisoned but doesn't want Jin's help, but he tries to get them medicine anyway, and unfortunately while he is gone, Mongols attack and the family inside is killed. This is the last side mission though, not the way I wanted to get the platinum, because I was really hoping Ishikawa's mission would have ended it, but here we are. Platinum achieved. Remember, 50 thumbs up for this video, we'll do Iki Island, and then if we can get to 100 likes on this video, we'll go through lethal difficulty on New Game Plus. Be kind, be safe, YouTube, and we'll catch you on the next one.